Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Dahlia. Today I'm going to talk about the books I plan to read in February. So I don't really make a lot of TBR videos on my channel. That's because I'm very much a mood reader. But the thing is, now that I'm back in school and I'm well into my spring semester, there are obviously required readings, especially for college, and I'm taking a lot of English classes this semester, so I do have a lot of required reading, and so obviously that will be done in February. All these books will need to be read in February, and so yeah, most of these books are technically for class, so I don't know if that takes fun out of this video, but I think actually most of these books are pretty awesome, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. Oh, before I start to show you the books, I wanted to introduce my new TBR jar. Oh, that's upside down? No, it's not. I don't know. TBR. There you go. And so this has more like reading challenges in it. And I didn't want to make one that was for strict books, like, you know, oh, I pulled one down and it says like Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs. No, like I wanted like challenges, and so what I did here was color coordinate the type of challenges they were. So the purple is challenges that I actually stole, whatever, from Diversity Bingo 2017. So I'm not going to be participating in like Diversity Bingo as in like trying to like complete the entire board, but I used most of the challenges that can be found in Diversity Bingo and actually put them as reading challenges in my TBR jar, because I thought most of them were like really cool and stuff, and I do want to start reading more diversely. And then the green is for easy challenges, and then the blue is for harder challenges, or for me, like what I would consider personally to be more challenging for me, whether in terms of like being able to accomplish it, and like, you know, the reality of like, you know, how I may or may not be able to do it depending on how challenging it is, but I'm going to do my best. And I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is the first time I've ever done a TBR jar, and so I don't know if I'm going to do this like twice a month or once a month or anything. I'm going to just pull the first one out and see what I get, and then from there I'll just learn as I go and see how I like to do this system. So shaking it up, gonna pull one out. I'm not looking. And it's a purple one, so that is gonna be from Diversity Bingo 2017. And it's the challenge is a person of color on the cover. So actually that's not too hard. Well, I feel like it wouldn't be too hard, but like we'll see. So I'll probably need a little bit more thinking time to find a book with a person of color on the cover. I may have to read an ebook if I don't have it with me right here in my college dorm, which is fine. So that's exciting. And so now I'm going to move into the books that I have already planned to read this month. The first three are Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter, The Goblet of Fire, and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And yeah, these are not not small books. They, especially like 4 and 5, these are big. And I'm reading this for my race, class, and wizardry course that I'm taking here. The reading list is the Harry Potter books, and so we have to have read these 3 books by our next meeting, which is March 4th and 5th. So I have this February month to read them, but I have to stay on track on top of everything, and like I'm annotating the books and like writing notes about them as I go, so I have something to bring to class discussion. And yeah. Then this next book I am so excited for. It's called Citizen, an American Lyric. I am reading this for my craft of creative writing class, and this is a book composed of prose, poetry, visual art, and basically examines the ways in which racism and racial aggressions are still present in everyday American culture and everyday American society. And it really puts a perspective on things, because there are so many ways that racism is still prevalent in this society. Like, it's here every day, even in like, you know, things that you would consider to be minor, which are called microaggressions. I haven't actually gotten that far on this book yet, but like, you know, it just like puts a perspective on things. Like this stuff still occurs in today's society, and you know, many people consider America and the United States to be a post-racism society, but really it's not. We have a long way to go. And yeah, this is like so beautifully written. It like weaves the prose and the poetry and the visual art and the photography like so well, and like I just can't wait to finish reading this, but at the same time I really want to take my time with this, and I'm so glad that our teacher had us pick this book up because I had never heard about it before, and now it's probably going to be one of my favorite poetry books. Even though I haven't read like that much poetry books, like I'm pretty sure like this is like a great start and I love it so much. Then the next two books are for my Survey of American Literature course. The first is Maggie, a Girl of the Streets and Other Tales of New York by Stephen Crane. I think it's Stephen Crane. I have no idea what it's about, but yeah, I have no idea what it's about. I'll figure that out when I read it. Usually, like, I'm not too interested in, like, figuring out, oh, what are these books going to be about for this class, because either way, like, I would have to read it anyways. And usually I end up liking it or I don't. Like, you know, you can't, like, love every single book that you are required to read, especially in literature courses like this. So the next one is The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. And the only thing I know about this book is like it's a post-World War I novel. Other than that, again, I don't know much about it. I may or may not have read something by Ernest Hemingway. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm taking this class, because it's educating me more about American literature. Yeah, I've taken a lot of Survey of American Literature classes here. Well, I've taken Survey of American Literature Part 1 and then Part 2 right now, but I've also taken Survey of African American Literature, which was fantastic, and I loved it. Anyways, moving on to the next book, which I may or may not be able to finish in this month, is The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This is the third and concluding book of the Mistborn trilogy, and this is the second time I'm reading it, and that's where I'm at right now. So not too far in, but I have been reading this since last month, since January, and ever since I came back to school, I haven't been able to pick it up and like get a good chunk of reading done for this book, because like I said, like you've seen all these other books, I have a lot of required reading, and so I have to set my priorities for reading. That's why, you know, I'm hoping to get further into this book this month, but I may or may not finish it depending on my time and my homework and, you know, again, my just my workload in general. And yeah, so that is my February TBR. I am going to find a book with a person of color on the cover. I would love to be able to do this TBR challenge, and so when I do, maybe I'll upload a video on that, and if I've read that book, then I'll discuss it. We'll see. And so yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a very good day.